stop, 'cause this is like a ray of light in the night. We're like meteorites, meteorites, burning like stars that stayed in the sky. Like meteorites, hold on to me now, 'cause I'm falling fast and I'm flying blind. We might hit the ground, but for now, we're meteorites. Like meteorites. I'm riding on this moment, 'cause I don't wanna miss one thing. I don't know where we're going, but gravity will pull us in. Taking off, we're high, never stop, we're fire. I'm not gonna waste a single breath. Looking down, we're like meteorites, meteorites, burning like stars that stayed in the sky. Like meteorites, hold on to me now, 'cause I'm falling fast and I'm flying blind. We might hit the ground, but for now, we're meteorites. Like meteorites. Meteorites, meteorites, burning like stars that stayed in the sky. Like meteorites, hold on to me now, 'cause I'm falling fast and I'm flying.
What's going on, everybody? Brady here, and it has been a long time since I have live streamed, but I'm back. I'm ready to do this, and I'd like to start doing it again on a weekly basis, so we'll see how it goes. I know not many people are even gonna be here right away, but I'm just excited to be back. I'm starting in Orlando, Florida. We're gonna do a flight to Charlotte in the Airbus A320. Full disclosure, I am a real pilot. I'm not a real Airbus pilot or a real airline pilot. I am a private pilot, but I also enjoy, of course, flight simulation and all different kinds of airplanes on the simulator. And since the pandemic, it's been an awesome way to explore the world right from home. So much fun, and I get to hang out with you guys, so pretty awesome. I'm gonna start in Orlando because that's where I grew up. It's my hometown growing up, Orlando, Florida. Ever since I was 18, I moved to St. Augustine. Hey Rithik, how's it going? It's been a long time, buddy. It's been a long time, but I'm ready to do this again, and I've realized that I really enjoy doing this on YouTube, and I think this is where the channel's headed. So anyway, Good to have you here. And yeah, I'm starting in Orlando. It just made sense. We're going to be at gate 87, the year I was born, and I'm going to go through and do quite a bit of the functions of the Airbus A320 by Phoenix. Phoenix did an incredible job. Some of you may be familiar with this design, some of you may not. It is a awesome add-on that Phoenix made, and it creates a much more realistic, fully functional Airbus. Without further ado, looking forward to going to Charlotte. We're gonna get started. There is a tropical storm on the way / hurricane right now, so weather in Orlando pretty crazy, pretty windy and gusty. It's gonna be an interesting departure. Shouldn't be quite as windy when we get into Charlotte, so we'll see. We'll check the METAR right now and see what's gonna go on with that. And hopefully we don't have any technical issues today, because again, it's been a while since I've live streamed. I'm gonna be working out kinks as I go and keep live streaming. I will keep getting better at it, and I'm also working on getting a new PC. So also, like Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's been a year now maybe since I've live streamed, and it just keeps getting better and better. It's taking up less room on my computer. So many awesome things. Be sure to join the Discord channel as well, and you'll get to stay updated on everything for that, and also vote on next week's stream. As you can see, got some pretty cloudy weather. There's a storm over here. I've actually been watching that pass by over the last few minutes. It's gone from east to west, so that's been interesting. I always loved Orlando's tower as well, and they're getting a new international terminal that was just built. I don't know if it's open yet. It might already be open. But probably the nicest international terminal to fly out of in the country right now, so that's cool. Here's our Airbus down here. I'm going to be flying for Delta today. I do not have GSX Pro. I do intend on getting it at some point so that our ground crew, ground services are a little bit more realistic, so I do plan on getting that. You can hear the generator right now. We got the GPU going, and I'm going to hop into the cockpit and we're gonna get started. First, we got to get our jetway going, so let's come down to the iPad and import our flight from SimBrief. Again, KMCO to KCLT. We're supposed to take off in 14 minutes. That's not realistic, so we're gonna change our time to about 18. We'll do 18:50. I'd like to be ahead of schedule. That gives us 40 minutes. That should be more than enough time. Hopefully we're taking off before then. Now I'm going to go over to ground services and we'll check out the weather. First, I want to get the jetway toggled. Again, we're on GPU power right now. And I want to start loading our passengers. I'm also going to use PackX, which works pretty simultaneously with what we're doing through Phoenix's software. At least I make it work. I think PackX can take a little bit longer to board sometimes. Or is it the other way around? I think it's the other way around. So I'm going to go ahead and start boarding PackX now. You guys won't see this, but I'm making a plan on PackX. For those who don't know what PackX is, it's just another plugin to where it makes it more realistic, and you have safety briefing, a flight attendant, and all that. So I'm just going to type in a little bit of information here. Again, you won't be seeing this, but then I'll move on to everything else. Cruising altitude 38,000 feet today. Flight time, we should be just at about 1 hour and 40 minutes, and time until takeoff, I'm going to put 30 minutes. Again, it could be hopefully shorter, it could be a little bit longer. I'm still getting better at this. Let's pick the A320 here, and we're going to be Wi-Fi equipped. Passenger count 152 next, and we're going to go ahead and start the boarding, and you should actually hear people boarding now. Perfect. Oh, now I'm going to come back to the iPad, and let's go to our mass and balance. We've got all of our planned fuel here and planned passengers of 152. We're going to go ahead and start loading the aircraft. I'm going to do it in, we'll do it in 25 minutes. That's a realistic time for them to board. So they're boarding now. Again, jetway's connected. And I'm going to come down up here. Actually, we'll come upstairs now and go ahead and start our external power, which we had available, and turn on battery 1 and 2. Beautiful. Also want to make sure that our chocks and cones are out, which they are. Just want to double check that. And we had the voltage needed to start our batteries, which is above 25, so we were good there. We have no master warning right now. We will test the APU once we turn that on. For the we'll do a fire test for that once we get our clicks. And then air conditioning's good. There they are, so we can test this now. Okay, perfect. Now let's come down to make sure that our speed brakes are disarmed and our flaps are at 0, of course. Now let's come back upstairs, turn on the cruise supply, and also we're going to turn on the, where is it? The data recorder, yeah, so they can start recording everything. And then we'll do our ADIRS nav here. We'll do 1, 3, 2. Perfect. And then let's get our lights going. So our exterior lights. So we're gonna do nav and logo 1. We're gonna do beacon off, strobe off, and actually we could do strobe auto. That's fine. And really, that's it for now. We're not going to touch anything else. No smoking, we can put on auto. Seatbelts, we can go ahead and turn on. And then we're going to also put this guy to the AFT. And then I'd like to come down here. And, oops, didn't mean to hit that. That's not good. Keep hitting the wrong buttons. We're going to make sure our cockpit door is unlocked for now. That's totally fine. And then let's get some screens on, because we can't see anything right now. So let's turn up our brightness on our screens. Perfect. 1, 2. And then 3, 4. Now we can see. And reset our clock. Also, thrust is idle. That's important. And then we can start doing our flight plan and all of the computer stuff. I do want to get the METAR real quick. Kind of curious what the winds are doing here right now. Let's see, we got winds out of 020 at 9 knots. Really not as windy as yesterday. I was expecting it to be a little bit windier. Let's see. We got a few clouds at 2,900. And some scattered clouds at 7,000, so that's cool. Broken at 25,000. Got an altimeter of 3005. I'll go ahead and put that in.
Your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to help you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other
Just want to make sure everything's loading properly, which it
If
is.
you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities.
Then we're going to come
in
back
the
down
card
here
and the
to our
seat back in
computer.
front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Feel free to use your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Perfect. I'm sorry the workload's kind of high right now, but I will get to any questions here shortly. I see Rithik has a question. Gonna go to our init page 1 and also do an initialize request for that. Once that comes through, is it gonna come through? Yes, it is. Perfect. And flight number, we're gonna do 2347. Cost index, I'm gonna average about 23 for the Airbus A320 on average is 23, that's fine. Cruising, we're gonna be at 38,000 feet today, I believe. Just want to double check that. real quick. Our cruising altitude, I believe it's 38,000 feet. What do we have here? I'm looking at SimBrief right now. Yep, 38,000 feet, perfect. So we will put a flight level of 380. And that will give us our temperature there as well. Let's move on to the next page. We can't do that yet. I want to wait for everyone to be boarded for that, but we can go to our performance. And let's go to our departure performance. Now we've got, let's see, yep, KMCO, 17 left. We're departing on dry. I believe it's dry. I don't think it's raining. I saw some rain clouds, but doesn't seem like it's raining. I'm just going to keep it a dry. Flaps we're going to do 1. Packs are going to be on, and we're going to sync our load sheet. Then sync the weather. Then we'll calculate our V speeds and all of that other fun stuff. So pretty cool, pretty amazing that we're able to do this, and everything can just calculate this automatically. So we've got some V speeds here of 135 and 140. Flex temperature 60. Flaps are going to be 1. Not going to worry about this. It's just 0.0. So I probably don't even need to type it in. Oops. So again, 135 and then 140s. Flex temperature 60. So 135, 140, 140, flex to temp 60. Perfect. Flaps going to be 1. All right, beautiful. Now, let's check on how everyone is doing boarding. We've only got 50 boarding, so got about another 100 passengers to board before we can do our ZFW. And let's see here. I'm also going to put in a cruising altitude.
We're ready to go when you are.
So as you can see, PackX boards way faster than the Phoenix software because they're saying they're ready to go, but we still have 100 people to board on our other software. Totally fine. We'll just let them, let them wait for that to catch up. So 38,000 feet we've got in here. I'm going to put on constraints. And I believe that's all we really need to do for that right now. Yep. Just to be sure, our parking brake is on, so that's good. Transponder, I'm going to squawk 1200 just because I'm not going to worry about the transponder today. I'm not going to be talking to ATC. This is my first flight back live streaming in a long time, and I'm just now getting back into it. I don't need my workload to be even higher, and I'm also still learning that stuff, and I don't have a co-pilot, etc. So at some point, would I like to do that? Yes. But right now, for today, I'm going to squawk 1200. I'm just going to put this on auto, and let's put this on TA. Let's see if what happens with that. Maybe it should be on standby right now. I don't know. Let's come up here. I want to make sure these are on. Yep, we're good there. Let's see. We can go ahead and let's turn our fuel pumps on and just get our APU fired up. Also, I do like to put this dome at dim just in case flying like a sunset and it's gonna get dark and I can't see anything and then I have to go turn that on. I just like to leave it on this. Up to you guys whether you want to do that or not. I'm sorry, not this one, but this one. So that's why I just personally like to put this on dim so that I can see everything if it starts to get dark. Wipers are off. Very important that those are off before the airplane is started. These are like very special windscreens, shock-proof, heated, very expensive, so you always have to make sure your wipers are off before you turn anything else on. Just one thing that I wanted to note. And I'm going to get the APU fired up here. We'll listen to that, and then I'll take any questions if anyone has any. So let's go master here. Perfect, and then wait a few seconds and start, and we'll go out and listen to that. funny to hear that little like GPU generator sounding thing. Okay, perfect. There it is. Rithik, to answer your question, will I be using the slats? I will just be using flaps on takeoff. Yep, flaps to 1 degree. So, I don't know if, are you referring to the speed brakes? Or are you talking about on takeoff or landing? Alright, here we go. Sounding good, sounding good. Look at this weather coming from the west. There's gonna be some cool clouds up there. That was pretty wild watching that storm pass by. Okay. Now let's check on... Here, let's turn on the bleed. Alright, and then let's check on our boarding process over here. And then I want to look at some charts. And we need to do some more computer stuff on the MCDU before we get going. Okay, we still have some passengers boarding, so we can look at our charts here. Perfect, so Navigraph Charts is now integrated directly on, like directly into Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that's kind of a new feature for me. That's really cool that they did that. Something that I'm not used to yet, and it's very convenient. We're gonna load, let's make sure that it loads the right flight plan. I believe it did. Okay, and we want to change this to the world map view. That's what I like for now. Let's just pull up our... Oh, that's cool. Interesting. I haven't even used some of these functions yet. I want to pull up our airport. Let's go over here. I'm sorry. Not the arrival, though. The departure. Well, actually, let's look at our arrival. Kind of curious about the ILS. So we're going to be doing an ILS for runway 36 right. So let's find that. Here it is. Perfect. Here's our ILS. In the Airbus, do we have any okay, so there's class A, B, and C. Interesting. I was gonna look at some minimums here. If I can get it to... If I can get the view to work. Okay. Trying to get a better view of this, sorry. Still, like, gotta work these things out. Anyways, at Heckham, we want to be at 6,000 feet. So that's something to keep in mind. And looks like we're on a 3.2 angled ascent, which is exactly what we want. Perfect. Or I'm sorry, that's mileage. 003 degrees at 2,500 feet, 2,500 feet. So 3 degrees in. Pretty straightforward, nothing crazy, no like crazy obstacles or mountains or anything like that. Charlotte's also a great airport. Let's see, Class C, A, B, C, D. We're Class C in the Airbus A320. .1,500 feet. is our MDA. Interesting. Okay. Cool. I just want to get a look at that, and we're gonna want to make sure we're on the 108.9. So we could also put that in now. Let's come back down to our computer. We've got some things to do here. I'll start with that for the ILS. Do 108.9. And then that's good for that. And let's get to our flight plan, because we are going out of KMCO. We want to get this going. We're going to be departing on 35 left. Did I say 17 left before? I want to do 35 left. So we're gonna do that because we're way closer to that runway, and that's gonna be via Payne. Or which one is it? Which one is it? Why do I not have this right? Let me look at something. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jimmy 3. Yeah, because that's before Payne. Okay, got it. Sorry, I got mixed up there. So we want this one, and then we're gonna insert that. Beautiful. Let's come up here and check that out. If we go to plan, zoom out. Perfect. Now that's gonna get us to Jimmy. Let's keep going to do the rest. From Jimmy, we're going to want to end up at Payne, so we can just do a direct 2 at that point. That's fine, and then let's do our ILS arrival as well. Wigvo, I believe, is around our top of descent, so that's when we're gonna be beginning our descent. KCLT arrival, we're gonna do the ILS for what did I say? 36 right? Yeah, so we'll be on the looking for that right runway, and here that is for the ILS. And are we putting in I think so. We're on the ponds transition, I believe. Is that here? Oh, that's okay. So this is for the star, which would be the Banker 2. Perfect. And then we want that ponds transition. Ponzi. We're gonna insert that. Let's see how that looks. Everyone should be boarded here any minute now. Good. Again, we have a gap here from Jimmy to Payne, but I'm just gonna do a direct 2. That's fine. Not worried about that. Okay, perfect. Is everyone boarded? We're still waiting on a couple of passengers. What else can we do while we're waiting? We have performance. We're good there. What am I missing? We have a mismatch for runways. Maybe we have to take off from the other runway then. Let me just like double check. Like, did SimBrief want us to take off from 17? Let's see what it says on here. Sorry, bear with me. We're still waiting on a few passengers to board anyway. 152 passengers. Cost index 6. Lock fuel 6.3. We can put that in. And we're going to be doing so an ETE of 1 hour and 9 minutes. Not too long of a flight. Just a good length today. Let's see, what runway does it have us? 17 left. Okay, it wants us to take off from 17 left and then land on 35 right. Yeah, MCO 17 left. That's fine. We can do that. If it'll make it happier, we can do that. Let's go back. To KMCO 35 left, and we'll change that to 17 left. We can still do the is it still the D Danny? It's the Gme 3. Yeah, still the Gme 3. Transition pane. Perfect. That it might actually connect those anyway now. Let's see. Oh yeah, because okay, so maybe there was a wind shift there. Yesterday we were taking off the other way, so that's interesting. Cool. Then we're gonna want to go directly to that pane after takeoff. Interesting. Why is it? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. That makes sense. That's fine. I can do that. Let's see. Block. What did I say? 6. We can put that in. Everyone should be about boarded now. 1:45. We're so close to putting in our weights and taking off. And taxiing, I mean. Okay. I don't know why it took out of our V speeds. That's fine. We can put them back. Or maybe we need to like recalculate that since we changed our runway. Yeah, well, at least we have that right now. So we actually had 17 left in here when we calculated it, so I don't know. Like none of that should have really changed. It's still all the same, yeah. Flex temp, all of it. I don't know why it's saying check takeoff data. It's all correct.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 2347 with service to Charlotte. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 40 minutes.
I'm going to do 58.4
now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all
and
devices are in airplane
31.1.
mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Alright, so we've got our fuel in there, perfect, and I feel like I'm just missing one thing. What am I missing? I feel like there's a page I'm missing. Cost index, all this is right. Make sure this is right one more time, which it is. Hey, Aquatic, how's it going, man? Welcome. Last time I played Microsoft Flight Simulator was pretty recently. I mean, I've been getting back into it, but the Airbus A320 is very new to me, so I'm still learning it. However, I feel pretty comfortable with it. I'm getting pretty comfortable with it, but there's a lot to learn. I also want to go to our flight controls for this menu and just double check those. Once we get started up, actually, we'll do that. We're going to begin our taxi back. I just need to figure out, like, what page you put in the minimums, where that is. It's the only thing that I'm trying to... Because I feel like there's one page I was missing on here. Which is fine. It's not going to, like, ruin anything. We can still go fly. But I'll figure that out. Alright, let's come up here. First of all, we can disconnect the GPU because we're on APU power now. And let's also get the chocks and cones. Taken away and toggle the jetway. See if they'll move that. There it goes. That thing goes a little fast, but that's fine. And we're going to connect the tug. Parking brake's still on. Let's get our beacon on because our engines are going to be coming on, and we can do the nose to taxi. Make sure no smoking's on. Seatbelt sign's on. Perfect. And we're just about ready for pushback. So I'm going to turn this off. Parking brake. And we're going to get going, my friends. Also, we're ready to start our engines. So let's do that. I'm going to start up engine number 1. And we're going to be wanting to turn...
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Oops.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. At this time, I'd like to direct your attention to the video monitors for an important safety briefing.
Welcome aboard. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation. This information can help you if there's an emergency,
This way.
so it's important to pay close attention, even if you are a frequent flyer.
All carry-on items should now be stored securely. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time. You'll find a list of approved electronic devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle or press the latch to release. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, you should keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require
Engine
all
1 is
passengers
stable. We're going to go to
comply
engine
with
2
the
now, and
posted
we'll listen to that
placards and
while I look at the
lighted signs
charts.
located throughout the cabin, as well as any crew member instructions. Smoking, not allowed on any Delta flight. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there is a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, white emergency lights near the floor will lead you to red lights, which indicate an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and locked, your tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come to the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card to keep your seat cockpit. Thanks for your attention. Enjoy your flight.
Thank you for your attention. We will be airborne shortly.
Perfect. This is going over to normal. Let's come up here and we can turn off our APU because our engines are on. So we are powered by engines now. Bleed's coming off and this is coming off. We're good. We're going to put this on. And our nose is already to taxi. I want that go down. There it goes. Yeah, it's on taxi. We're gonna get it ready to taxi here, but it's interesting. I think we're going all the way over to. So we're going to 17 left. So we're actually going to be crossing 17 right, Going over to 17 left. It's going to be a little bit of a taxi here, but that's fine. Parking brake off. Let's get rolling for today's flight. Full cabin in the A320. They've simulated the full cabin in the back. It's beautiful. I'll go to a window view later. Very, very cool that they've done that. Yeah. I'd love for you to check out the travel vids, man. I'm glad you mentioned that. I haven't been traveling as much lately. I still have a video from Maine that I need to edit. And I do still plan on making some of those, but I do also see myself, at least for the YouTube channel, doing more of this. Doing more flight simulation, some more gaming, because that's just what I can do on a consistent basis, realistically. And I really enjoy it. And I think the travel stuff is becoming more like documentary films that are for film festivals. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, there's a lot of new add-ons. As soon as I found out about this A320, I had to do this. It's so much fun. So much more realistic. And there's a lot of new things that I want to check out. And I've got some new ideas as well. Let's put this on. Let's do this right here.
We're ready for departure.
Thank you. Perfect. I could use a coffee, though. Should we get a coffee?
Hey, can we get something to drink up here? You got it.
Perfect. I've been doing half decaf, half regular coffee. It's helped a lot. It's helped a lot. Keep the caffeine under control. We'll do a little brake check here, and I want to check the arrival performance. There's only one of me, so I can't do both things at once. Guessing we're going to have a dry runway. Let's apply the METAR. Wind 030 from 11 knots. Perfect. Okay. Flaps, will probably do flaps 3. Cool. So basically we're going to be picking up the ILS for landing, and then once I get low enough, I'll take off autopilot and land the plane. We'll see how it goes. I've also been messing with my pedal sensitivity. Hopefully that's getting better. It was pretty bad before, so. And sometimes, like, you gotta change that per plane. I've also noticed they've had a few new landing challenges they've added, so that's been really fun. There's different ways to get the METAR, by the way. You can get the METAR from inside the plane itself. You don't have to do it from the iPad. You could do it from the MCDU. I just like to do it from the iPad. It's take advantage of modern technology, especially when you're flying such a modern aircraft already anyway. Actually, let's go this way and then make a left. Of course, usually the ATC would tell us which way to go, but I know how to get there. Alright, aileron check. You can see on the screen here, we have aileron control, and we'll check our elevator as well. So when you see all that stuff moving while you're taxiing, on your next flight, you know why. They're just checking to make sure the controls are working. If you ever look out the window and see that. Nice chill taxi here. I don't even remember putting in our block fuel. Did we put that in? The total block. Whatever, it's fine. It's not going to make a difference. I'm just trying to make it as real as possible. Okay. Autopilot's good. Just going to double check everything here. Nav display we want set to arc. Perfect. Where's our windsock at? Okay. See, I don't know why it has this taking off It's got us taking off on the wrong runway, but I don't want to change it. So I don't know why they did that, and that's why I was so confused earlier about 17 left, because that's not right. But for some reason SimBrief did that, which is something that you might want to keep an eye on if you're making a SimBrief plan. Just double check the wind, make sure you're on the right runway. I'm going to do that the next time, not trust them as much, because for some reason they did that to us. But that's fine. Gonna go all the way down to the end here. Looks like we might have some rain coming in, so that could be interesting. And we're about to cross a runway. This will be crossing 17 right. Going a little fast, but that's fine. Passengers are expecting a departure 6 minutes ago, so got to get them going. Alright, we've been cleared to cross. We're going to go to 17 left. Hope you guys are doing well. It's really good to see some familiar faces. It's really, really cool. Again, I didn't expect many people here on the stream today because I'm just starting up again, so hopefully we'll get some more people in here. Planning on doing it on a weekly basis, if not twice a week. At least once a week, if not twice. And maybe even throw in some other games as well that I'm excited about. We missed the runway? What's going on with this? This is why I gotta look at the charts when I'm taxiing. No, this is right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, 17 left is like so far away. It's like completely unnecessary to go all the way over there. I was gonna say, I think this is the right way. It's just like kind of a long way to get to it. But I guess we're gonna be going over a bridge, so that's cool. We're gonna make the next right. Let's see what kind of bridge we're going over. Just double check. Can you guys hear me okay? And is the audio synced up okay? I was doing some tests. Seems like it's been okay for me. Are we gonna be going over a road? That's cool. It's crazy to have a runway like this far from the terminal. It's like pretty far. Yeah, it's looking like some rain might be coming in. It is Orlando. So this is supposed to be a bridge, just so you guys know. They didn't model it correctly, so there's like cars going over the taxiway, but the taxiway actually goes over a bridge. The airplane was like leaning, so it's not very realistic. I don't know if they've made Orlando International Airport to available for download, like a better version. No idea if someone's modeled that yet. Look at this. Our runway may not be dry anymore, huh? It's like one of my favorite things about this is the weather. Just how well they simulate that. How amazing it looks. Yeah, I will be doing some smaller planes, just so you guys know. I'm going to be doing all different kinds of planes. I prefer tail draggers and historic airplanes, but I also like flying the airlines. I know people like the airline thing as well. And so it's fun to mix it up. And if you go to the Discord channel, you can see the comment right there. And you go to vote, then you get to vote on next week's stream. I don't know exactly what time it'll be at yet. I'm still working that out. We really should not be taking off on this runway, so that makes things interesting as well. We're going to have the wind at our back. Again, I don't know why SimBrief did that to us. Maybe it was just trying to create a challenge for the stream. For my first stream back. Just like, let's make it like really challenging. I mean, we should still be okay though. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We should be okay taking off with the wind. So, yeah, no need to worry. We should be fine. Alright, let's come up here and turn on takeoff for the nose. Landing lights going on, strobes going on, and we are going to take off. Just double check everything here. Speed brakes are armed. Oh, auto brake. That's the one thing I forgot. On max. Perfect. Well, I shouldn't say one thing I forgot. There might be something else, but something that I remembered. Flaps to the first notch. Probably should have done that earlier, but it's fine. And let's take off, my friends. This will be interesting when we get up into the clouds, and I assume we'll break out of them at some point, so that'll be cool. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Great to see you here, man. It's so cool to see some familiar faces. I mean, it's been so long since I've done this, and it's really, really exciting. It's already motivating me to do more. Hope you guys are doing well. Great to hear from you, Sean. You are just in time for takeoff, my friend. I'm just going to keep rolling. We're just going to say that we got to take off without delay, so let's just get it going. All right, power to 40%. Let's check that everything's stable, which it is, and we're gonna take off. Little off center line. Rotate. I gotta work on that. Something's going on with my joystick with the pedals and the pedals. It's like I don't know whether to twist the joystick or use the pedals, so that got a little confusing. I already can't see anything, so we're going up 15 degrees, which is perfect. We are in IFR conditions. Exactly where we want to be right now. Everything's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, are we above? Yeah, I'm gonna raise the gear. Let's reduce some drag there. Back to CL, and let's clean up the flaps. I do that on my joystick I have it mapped to my joystick. Well, but for now, I'll just do it right here. Beautiful. Look at that, breaking out of that first layer. All right, and we're gonna go autopilot on. See how that works out for us. Welcome to the air. Got another view over here on the left side on this window, so this could be cool to check out. And I'm still mapping some views, so get some better views for you guys. It's pretty neat, pretty neat. We're gonna go direct to Paine now. Look at the water down there. Ah, it's a lake. Unless that's already the intracoastal. Look at that view out the window. Pretty sweet. I feel like things are a little bright as well, I've noticed. Like, it's like very bright. So, I'm sure there's a way to fix that. Oh, look at this rainbow. Wow, that was cool. So neat. We're just gonna go direct to the Paine now. Waypoint. So let's go to our flight plan and find that. There it is. We're gonna go direct to, we're just gonna pretend like we got cleared to go directly to it. Perfect. I mean, that's not uncommon. You know, you're talking to ATC, they say direct to and then a certain waypoint. Happens all the time, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic
Landing
devices.
lights coming off.
This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
How cool is that? Just doesn't get old to me. Just doesn't get old. Let's check our altitude, going up to 38,000. Once we cross 18, we're gonna change this to standard, so I'm just kind of waiting on that right now. Then we're gonna be chilling for a bit. Maybe play some music. Got an expected arrival, probably about an hour and 20 minutes, hour 30 minutes or so. I'm just gonna check our map. I think I can do that down here though. It's kind of cool to have it down here. Yeah, there we go. Keep it on the iPad, it's more realistic. Beautiful, and there we are. Love to hear what everyone's been up to. It's been a while since I've hung out with you guys, so it'd be great to hear what's been going on. If you guys have been doing any flight simulating or anything like that, you can talk about anything you want here. Sean's watching on his 43-inch screen right now. That's pretty cool. Love that. Hopefully it's looking good. I gotta keep, again, working out like some technical stuff. I feel like I'm kind of yelling. I have the volume up. It's like, sounds like what it actually would sound like in the cockpit to me. It's pretty loud. Okay, are we passing 18,000? Yeah, perfect. We're gonna put this on standard and both sides standard. Now we are good. Just need to make sure we don't touch this throttle. And let me check this. Perfect. At Wigvo, we're going to want to start descending, I believe, around Wigvo. So, we're not going to be at 38,000 feet for too long. That being said, I'm going to put you guys on the window view here for a second, and I will be right back. I just need to do a quick coffee refill. We've got some stats up above. We've got our distance to KCLT up above, showing our trip progress. And as you can see, it's a little bit bouncy right now. Then we'll check the METAR for where we're going to be arriving. As soon as I get back in a minute, we're going to check the METAR, see what's going on with the weather in Charlotte, and keep an eye on our route. So kick back and relax. I will be back in 1 minute. Let's see, it is a little bit bumpy. I'm back now, by the way, obviously. It's a little bit bumpy, but nothing crazy. We've just got some light turbulence happening. Wanted to check if our weather radar was working, because that would be cool. I can't even remember, like, I think that's down here. Can't even remember where that was. I did it like yesterday and I can't remember. There's just so much to remember. I don't remember where it was. Here's the terrain. Yeah, we do have some light turbulence. Probably keep the seatbelt sign on, just because it's a little bit bumpy. And just do, you know, just kind of update everyone right now on the update the passengers. So let's do that.
From the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We'll be reaching our cruising altitude soon. Everything's looking good up here in the cockpit. Please let your cabin crew know if there's anything that we can do to make this flight a little better for you.
Get some glimpses of Florida here. I'm going to be passing my hometown here in a minute of St. Augustine, as you can see. I grew up in Orlando, moved to St. Augustine when I was 18. And that's where my wife and I live with our dog, Louie, French bulldog. I don't know if you can call him a dog or a farm animal, but he's something. Aquatic's been doing some music, playing with synths. Sweet. That's good to hear, man. Got to keep that creative drive going. I mean, that's what keeps me going. It's important. Do what you enjoy. And that's why I'm doing more of this now, because I really enjoy it. Get some fleeting glimpses through the clouds of Florida. What are we going? About 300? So it's nothing too crazy. Some light turbulence. Just about passing flight level 300 right now. 30,000 feet. And one thing to keep in mind, again, WIGVO is probably when we want to start descending. From WIGVO, we're going to be at 38,000 feet, and that's where we're going to be start our descent down to this Ponzi and go down to 27,000 feet. So that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. We're not talking to ATC, so these are things that I need to do myself and remember myself. I didn't really use the chrono, which is fine. And then I just wanted to look at from Ponzi into KCLT, the 36 right. I just want to see like what that looks like again on our charts. It's very bright though, is it not? Like it's all like washed out. There's got to be a way to change that. I don't want to mess with any settings right now because I don't want it to crash or something during a live stream, but it's definitely something I'm noticing. It's like way too bright. Unless I zoom in. When I zoom in, it gets a little better. Incredible job with this cabin. Fully functional cabin. Even the like breakers work. I mean, the fuses, it's freaking awesome. Even this thing you can like put up and down. So cool. And move it. I absolutely love that. In fact, you can probably even open the door. Look at that. How cool is that? And normally that would be locked. And you can lock that down here. It's another thing that I forgot to do, which is fine. Lock. Now if I lock it, it might not open. Oh, it still opens. Well, that's pretty cool. They modeled the whole thing. And you got your cabin lights as well with the lights in the back. You can turn those off. In fact, that's probably something I would do. I should have already done, I mean. So let's do that under sim settings. Cabin lights off. You can also turn the cabin visibility off, which will take the cabin away. So, you'll probably increase some frame rates if you do that. It'll make things run smoother for you. We're going to be crossing right over Jacksonville. Can you walk down the aisle? Yes, you can walk down the aisle. It's pretty cool. In fact, if I go to the pilot views here and I go to, or I'm sorry, the instrument. I don't know why they put it under instrument, but it's under instrument. If you go to cabin, you get this. And you can walk around the cabin. It's pretty freaking awesome. I don't know if these open, probably not. But yeah, I love it. I mean, just keeps getting better. Like, it's a good time to be alive for Flight Simulator. There's a lot of issues in the world, but like, Flight Simulator is great. It's a great time to be alive for that. Cool. I'm gonna stop messing around and just look out the window. It's beautiful. And pull up our charts here. I wanted to look at the approach plate real quick. Please don't freeze on me. Please don't freeze. I am working on getting a new computer, like as soon as possible. Not a major upgrade, but enough to make a huge difference. Alright, for the Banker 2, we have a little bit of a gap here, so at some point we're going to go directly to... Oh, it doesn't have the ILS in here. Because we want the ILS for 3.6 right. Alright, let's put that in. And that's the correct runway to land on with the winds. Alright, perfect. So, I'm gonna kind of leave this up for reference, because we want to go directly to that Heckham from the Ponzi. Just something to keep in mind. Let's put that up here. That's kind of cool. It hides it up here. Ooh, that's neat. I like that. Except it's in the center. Cool. Checking the computer real quick. Just want to double check our flight plan here. The Wigvo, Ponzi, Banker 2, all the way down to Blantz. I believe we want to do a direct to Blantz. Oh, there's Hayu. I saw that on there. We could do, or Seekdu. Seekdu. Where's that? Yeah, Seekdu. We can do that. Blantz was part of the Ponzi, or Banker 2, I mean. We could do a direct to Seekdu. That works too. That'll work. I'm gonna leave that up for now. And we are just now reaching our cruising altitude here in a minute. It's a little bumpy, guys. It's a little turbulent. Maybe we'll get, maybe the skies will get more smooth up ahead. We've even got a reduced airspeed. I guess maybe it does that automatically. Got a reduced airspeed for the turbulence. I mean, that's pretty cool if it does that automatically. Aquatic was saying that he's curious what else I might stream. Definitely Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm going to be doing a lot more of that, but I also am interested in the new Hogwarts Legacy coming out in February. I'm stoked on that. I tend to either do simulators or open world. That's what I'm into. I play a lot of FIFA. I don't know if it's something I would stream, but I'm not a bad FIFA player. I just won my second Division 1 title, but I don't know whether that's something I would stream or not. I'm more into the simulation. I'm very interested in the game U-Boat right now because I'm into World War II stuff and some war strategy, open world, submarine, really cool. And I want to check out U-Boat. That could be something I ended up streaming. But Hogwarts Legacy for sure, I'm very excited about. I'd like to try to get like beta access to some of this stuff. Even the window opens, by the way. But, oh, and this does too. Check this out. With the sound effects. It's so cool. Yeah, gonna be streaming smaller aircraft, you know. I'm excited about the Beechcraft. The Twin Beach they did a pretty good job with. Now, I'm careful about what airplanes I download. I do read the reviews. I see some of them don't have great reviews. They'll have like 2 stars or 3 stars, so I'm a little skeptical on those. I generally will avoid those and stick with like the 4-star reviewed airplanes. This one's obviously amazing, and so I don't jump into just any aircraft. Like, I want to make sure that they did a good job with it, that it flies well, the functions are there, it looks good, and that's going to determine whether it's something or not I would even put in the vote. If you go to the vote, like the Twin Beach is in there because they did a really good job with that airplane. Also, I have a way to camp now to where I can actually fly somewhere and set up camp, and that could be a very peaceful, meditative experience. Almost like to go airplane camping is something I've always wanted to do in real life, and now that gives me the ability to do that on the simulator, so we could all go camp together. We can even do a multiplayer where you guys join me on a multiplayer and we could set up camp and just hang out at a campground in Alaska or something like that. So I absolutely love that. Definitely want to do that. I still have the coffee cup, man. I still got it.
In a few moments,
Marvel.
we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge.
There you have it.
If you wish to make an additional purchase, please note that we only accept credit cards.
We got drinks. You guys want something to drink? They're starting the service right now. Arvel, how's it going? Welcome. It says, can I have your hot take on being a commercial pilot as a full-time job? Would you still have time for other things such as family time, business stuff outside of work? So, in my opinion, based on what I've heard from pilots, you're going to be in the right seat for a while till you eventually get into the left seat. That's when you're going to start making good money. Obviously, it's like very time-based, so the more you advance in your career and fly and put in your time, you are going to be able to choose your routes more, and I think it would get more fun, and you would have more of a work-life balance. But at first, it's tough to say, man. From what I've heard, I would much rather fly on here than, and this is just me personally, there's nothing wrong. I think it's super cool to be a pilot for a living. Like, it is definitely something that I would consider over most other things for me, but I would rather be flight simulating for a living than actually go be a pilot for a living because of that work-life balance thing and getting to be at home. So that's just me personally. It really depends on whether you go airline or whether you go private jet route. Now, I've heard of some people getting in a position where they fly twice a week in a private jet and they make good money and they have a good work-life balance. But it's just kind of a very who you know type of business, just like the film industry. Connecting with the right people, finding that gig that offers you that work-life balance. It's just not easy. You know, you have so many interesting jobs in aviation, though. You've got guys who are just flying cargo. You've got FedEx. You've got the bush pilots who are out in the bush. No one even realizes, you know, the things that they're doing. Very unconventional. Airlines, very different than the corporate jet routes. Then you've got flight instructors. You've got the Air Force. So there's just a ton of just different flying jobs. Stunt pilots, air shows. A lot of times, like, it is a very wealthy industry, and it's full of people with a lot of money. Nothing against them, but that can make it very challenging for just the average Joe to go fly. Just, it's becoming expensive. And like, as you guys know, things have been getting more expensive over the last couple of years, even more expensive than they were before. I don't fly as much in real life now because of that. I haven't been traveling as much. But I do plan on camping a lot more. I love just being outside. I can go camping and be perfectly happy. And I do still plan on traveling. I'm not saying I'm not going to travel. Looks like it's gotten a little smoother. Seems to have gotten a little smoother. I don't know what our ground speed is. And I don't know why we can't go above 250. I'd love for someone who knows more than I do to tell me why we can't go above 250 right now. The autopilot's choosing to go slower, so that's interesting. It also says too steep a path ahead, which I don't believe. I think we're going to be fine. But again, I'm still learning. I think, like, for just being on the Airbus for a week or two, I feel pretty good. Alright, so we're approaching Wigvo pretty soon. We want to make our way down to 27,000, so that we're at 27,000 when we hit Ponzi. Let's just double check that we have the right runway in there and all that in the ILS. I just want to check that one more time, because we do want to be on the ILS for runway 36 right. Alright, perfect. Then we've got, yeah, Wigvo, Ponzi. Then we want to go do a direct to, like, well, we'll just kind of see where it takes us, but Sikdu is going to be our final. So now that we've smoothed out for a minute, I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign off just for like 5 minutes. And then it's going to go back on not too long from now. But it seems to be much smoother now. Why is it so bright? It's so bright.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you get in to prevent unexpected turbulence.
Just so bright. Like, I'm really tempted to just, like, I'm gonna pause it real quick and just see if there's a way under graphics to, like, lower the brightness. I don't know, man. I gotta figure that out, though. It just seems it's like washed out. Do some scuba diving. Yeah, that'd be cool. I actually am scuba certified. I went scuba diving in the Bahamas in high school a couple times. My body does not really like diving. Like, I went down to 90 feet, all the way down to 90 feet, and actually had a nosebleed and haven't dove since. I was down there and I had my dive partner, like, pointing at me, like, I was like, what is going on? My mask was filling up with blood down at 90 feet when I was diving in the Bahamas. And the blood was actually green. Because when you're that deep and you have that much pressure, it changes the color of your blood. So that's my scuba diving story. I've had some better scuba diving stories as well. But yeah, you can't... Actually, that's exactly right, Arvel. It is very wise to wait a day or two after a flight so that your body pressurizes before you, if you're going to go on a high flight like this, before you go dive. I've heard that exact same thing as well. And I appreciate you reminding me of that, because I kind of forgot about that. And in just a few minutes, we are going to reach our top of descent and start descending. Aquatic says it's much worse the other way around. Diving first and then flying could actually be even worse. That's interesting. So we're about halfway there, and we're going to start descending pretty soon. So right at the halfway mark's really the top of descent for this flight. Would love to get you guys to join the Discord and go vote. Still working on the Discord channel as well, so I'll be working on that. And adding more features to it. Working out some bugs with it. I've got a friend helping me out with that, and... if you could go there and vote on next week's stream, that would be awesome. I would love to hear what you want to do next week. Again, I don't know what time it will be at yet. I might even do some night streams. And we are under live weather, live time right now, and I think it'd be cool to do some live weather, live time at night as well. Depending on the flight. Like, if it's in an Airbus or a private jet, it could be cool to do some night stuff. But yeah, I would love to get your vote if you go to the vote section of the Discord channel, and that'll be every week. Every time I live stream, there'll be a vote for the next one. I don't remember the diving certification levels. I got certified through Patty. My teacher at the time helped me do it. He was my marine biologist teacher in high school, and he helped me get my license, everything we needed to go do it. I have no idea what exactly the certification was, as far as if there's different ones. but I think it's like deep dive. You got to be deep dive certified. Something like that. I'd have to do a quick search online to figure that one out. Alright, coming back up into the cockpit. Let's go ahead and start our descent. Yeah, it's definitely an advanced certification to go down to 90 feet. I mean, had done a few dives before that, but that was the deepest I went. I'll never go that deep again. My body just did not like it. I'm gonna go down to 27,000. Perfect. Is our vertical speed working? There it goes. Perfect. I got that to work. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are headed down to 27,000 feet now to the Hanzi. And by the time we get to, let's see, we could zoom in and see more under our plan. Can't even see more. I don't know why there's not more waypoints here. Maybe they will appear in a little bit. Interesting. That's fine. I could see KCLT right here, so that's cool. I'd love to add, like, maybe, are we, I don't understand how it would say we're missing destination data. Is it talking about our, is it talking about this? We're 165 out right now. ILS 36 right. What happens if I change this to 36 left? And then I'm going to change it back to 36 right. do want the banker 2, right? Yeah, banker 2. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, that'll work. And then once we're on that, I can turn a direct to the runway. That'll be fine. Well, let's see. By the time we get to that point, what altitude do we want to be at? We want to be at about 6,000 feet. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm gonna get that in now and see what it's gonna take to get us to 6,000 feet. Right about here. So we're gonna need to descend a little bit faster. We don't want to go too fast this high up, but we can go like vertical speed of 1500 if we want. Maybe not quite that much. Perfect. 1200. That's what we want. Alright, looking good, looking good. Now let's just let everyone know we're descending. Probably gonna put the seatbelt sign back on at this point. And then let's get our METAR.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
For our arrival, we're looking at winds at 040, 11 knots. We got some good visibility, few clouds at 25,000, altimeter 3037. So that's what we're gonna want, 3037, once we go under 18,000 feet. We have begun our descent into Charlotte Douglas. Arvel's asking if I have ever taken a CPL license. How does it translate to an airplane rating like an A320, or is it a whole different thing? So I've just done my private. I'm not trying to fly for a living like in real life. I would much rather live stream flights, to be honest. I just enjoy it more. So I'm probably not going to get a commercial, at least anytime soon. I'd like to do IFR at some point, but everything just costs money, so I just haven't done it yet. And so I've got my private and I've got my tail wheel endorsement, so I can fly tail wheels. But I can't really speak much on any of the other licenses. It's just you get into basically more and more money, to get those licenses. You just got to pay more money, and you can get them. I will say a lot of people become flight instructors to build time, because you need to build a certain amount of time to get to the airlines. So it's a good way to get to the airlines and build that time if that's what you want to do, or even get into a private jet. People become flight instructors because they're basically getting paid to build that time. So it makes sense, instead of just paying, Because you need like 1,500 flight hours. Has anyone been traveling anywhere recently? There's been a lot of delays. I hear that it's much better to travel in the morning, fly somewhere in the morning versus trying to go at night. You are just less likely to get delayed in the morning if you fly in the morning. That's what I've been told. Alright, how are we looking here? I think it was limiting our speed earlier because of the turbulence potentially, so that's pretty neat. I'm not positive on that, but if it was doing that, that is really cool. I have to find that out. I wanted to check. Okay, when we go below 18,000, we'll change that. Let's check everything up here. Not doing anything up here. Don't have any icing. So that's good. These won't come on until below 10,000 feet. So everything's good. We're really just chilling. I'm gonna play one song today. Some DJing up here as well. That's so cool you guys are talking about diving. I love that. Whole different world down there. It's amazing that we know less about the ocean really than we do about space. I mean, I live by the ocean and I don't know if I could ever leave it. It's just the freaking best. I'd also love to hear like some of the places you guys would like me to fly. That would be awesome because I can add those to the vote. Sean, noted. Brussels, Belgium. Noted. I'm gonna write that down right now. Thank you so much for contributing, man. Okay, that was our song for today. Now, if it was a longer flight, I could play more. I don't know if you guys remember, I used to play quite a bit of music. It's fun. Might as well. Especially if we do some longer flights, which I will at some point. Could do some long hauls, 6-hour flights. It's important to stay hydrated. Gotta drink some water. Can't just be coffee. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. There's our names. I was wondering where those were. Seekdu, we're coming for you, Seekdu. Almost going below 18,000 feet. Just to double check. Let's double check our ILS. 1089. I need to learn where to enter the minimums, though. Let's see if I can find that. Arvel noted. I'm also adding that to the vote. Right, I'm gonna write that down as well. Thank you. Typing that in right now. Bhutan. Cool. Let's see, I'm just checking out my checklist here. I don't really have much. Now, there, like, it should technically, the autopilot should actually descend on its own, and what it will do is it will keep the next waypoint in mind as it descends. Like, it'll keep the altitude of the next waypoint in mind. There's a way to do that. I just don't trust it right now, and I need to get that working before I do that on a live stream. So I'm managing it myself and managing the vertical speed myself, which is fine. I mean, kind of makes it more interesting. Oh, we're gonna need our Q. Okay, so what was that? 30007. So we're gonna switch that now. Then we'll double check it. Let's just refresh it. Oh, 3037. Yeah, 3037. Alright, let's get that right. That could be very bad if that's not right. Seems high. 3037. Cool. There's also a spot for that down here somewhere. Can't remember where it is though. Where you enter the altimeter. I mean, for not being on this for very long, like, I know a good bit, but there's still like a couple little things that I need to figure out. So I can't remember how to get to that page where you enter the altimeter. That's alright, we have it in here. And really we would put that here as well. For the backup. And we'll do a little announcement here from our first officer.
From the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We've begun our descent, and we should be on the ground soon.
Perfect. Ooh, a mountain spot challenging to land. I'm always up for the challenge, man. I mean, that's what makes this fun. Let's do it. Charles is in the back. He's Are we passing West Virginia? Oh, you're saying add West Virginia International. Sweet. Everybody say hello to Charles. We are going to add West Virginia International to the vote list. Boom. Noted. All right, my friends. Let's hope for a buttery landing. I also need to, and I'm wondering if it's gonna slow down to 210, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna manage the speed as well. You notice here it's supposed to be at 210 knots when we get to the Blinka. It's like Blinka. When we get to Blinka, or Blantz, I'm sorry, Blintz. There's no A at the end, Blintz. The airplane should be at 210 knots, so if it's not, I'm gonna have to manage that myself. We'll see if it changes. This will get interesting. We're getting lower to the ground here, guys. As you can see, coming down to 6,000 feet. Getting ready to land. Landing lights are gonna go on. And we'll also put this on. Perfect. I don't even know if I'll be able to see the runway because everything's so bright. Gotta figure that out. I mean, I know some days are just brighter than others. Like, I've noticed that. It can get very bright. Even in real life. But still, this is like crazy bright. So it should be like reducing our speed now. So I'm wondering if it's going to do it. If not, I don't know why it's not doing it. Because it should be doing it. Any second now. Alright, I'm just going to do it myself. We should be going 210 knots when we cross over here. So I don't know what is going on with that. We'll see if it does it. When we pass over, if it doesn't do it, I'm gonna
final descent into
take over.
Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Come on, reduce our speed. Did it just do it? Oh, that's so cool. It's doing it. It's working. Yes, it's working. It's working. So it's automatically reducing our speed to 210. Ooh, Madeira. I like that. Good suggestion. Aquatic. I'm going to put that in as well. Can't get too many suggestions. I'm all for as many as possible. I'll take them. I'm here for you guys. I want to do what you want to see. Pretty soon we're going to be making a left turn over to Seek-Du. About to do it right now. Direct to Seek-Du, and then we will be finding our runway shortly after. We should be a little bit ahead of schedule, so that's nice.
From the cockpit, we're very slightly ahead of schedule. We'll get you on the ground sooner than later.
Everyone should be happy about that, guys. We're ahead of schedule. All right, let's do directly to the Seek-Du now. And we want to be coming down to, I believe, 3,000 feet when we get there. And reducing our speed as well. I might take over the speed. Perfect. Just speeding up in this turn, which is fine. It's also safer, but I'm gonna reduce it. We're gonna go down to about 180 now. There we go. And we want this to go down to 3,000. Beautiful. Everything's looking good. Reducing our speed to 180. Pretty soon we will get our gear down and our flaps down. Arm this. Is that just for, I don't know, it might just be for takeoff. Speed brakes are armed. Let's keep the speed up to about 190. Let's see if we can pick up the ILS. It's looking for it now. Aquatic, take care, man. I'm so glad you stopped by. Still got a ways to go, actually. This probably didn't even really need to slow down. I'll go back up to 200. There we go. Beautiful. We have no runway in sight yet. Did the ILS pick us up? Might have. Should be right there. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see the runway. Might be hard for you guys to see. Yep, there they are. So we're going to be on this one on the right. So we've got a visual confirmation. I will talk to you guys on the ground. Now, I didn't set our minimums because I'm still figuring that out, so don't be alarmed if the master warning goes off because of that. Because I'm going to be like disconnecting the autopilot and then it might yell at me on landing. It's very annoying. I will fix it if that happens. I will get it fixed. But it doesn't mean that we're in danger. It just means that I turn the autopilot off and I'm in control. I think it's still looking for the ILS, but it should pick it up pretty soon. I believe Charlotte is off to our right, from what I remember. Not sure exactly where it is. Here we go, my friends. We're gonna put the landing gear down now. think I'm going to take over now, because I don't know what's going on with the autopilot. I don't know if it picked up the ILS or not. For some reason it may not be. I don't know. I won't turn it off yet, but I'm about to in a minute.
1,000.
Alright, let's disengage it. And let's bring the flaps down. I forgot to bring the flaps down. That was dumb.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Alright, I've got control.
Terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Thank you. I know.
Too
I
low,
know. I
terrain.
know. Autopilot's off. I know.
Too low, terrain.
I'm not even too low. I'm too high.
Sink rate.
Pull up.
Sink rate.
Pull up.
40, 30, 20, retard. 10.
Alright, so not the best landing. I got some autopilot stuff to work out there, and I was off center line, so I realized that. Also, the reverser, like,
Gentlemen, welcome to Charlotte. The local time is
came in way late.
3:10 p.m. and it's currently about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us.
Alright, let's turn these off. Put this on taxi and turn our strobe off. So, a little rough. That's okay. It's the, again, first live stream in a long time, and I'm still not even really familiar with the Airbus, and I need to practice landing. I gotta figure out the autopilot issue. I told you that would happen. Like, I turned off the autopilot, and also, the last time I did this, the ILS worked fine. For some reason, it was just not picking it up. So that was kind of weird. Let's see, what gate do we want to go to here? We'll go over this way. Not really much room. It's kind of weird. There's like no room to get by. But, hey, we're all safe. We made it to Charlotte. And we'll definitely be doing this again, and I'll keep getting better. So thank you guys for flying with me. We will get up to the gate here and let everyone off. We're a little bit, just a few minutes early on our arrival, so that's nice. We're gonna go over this way. Just because I see a person. Let's get parked here, and then I'll be turning on the, or turning off the seatbelt sign. We got to turn on the APU. So let's do that. Maybe this guy will guide us in. There's a really small plane there. That's funny. Alright, we're gonna go over to one of these gates over here. I gotta like get an update that changes the. There shouldn't be like a 1920s airplane just sitting on this ramp right here. It's not super realistic. That's okay. There's got to be like an update to fix that. We're gonna go to this gate. So definitely a lot of room for improvement. I'm not stoked on the landing, but it's fine. I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. Beautiful. At least I can park. Alright. And let's connect the jetway. We can get the GPU on it as well. The chocks and cones. Good. Let's connect to our external power. And I'm going to shut down the engines. Disengage the speed brakes. Toggle the jetway. We'll get the baggage going as well. Might have to go to the ATC in order to do that. Let's get this connected. Definitely moves a little fast. But hey, for time's sake, that's okay. It also kind of comes through the cabin, so that's a little bit of a glitch there. But still, I mean, Flight Simulator is becoming just amazing, and I know these things will eventually get fixed, but it's just so incredibly real already. And we can start our deboarding, but I gotta turn this seatbelt sign off. Okay. And then let's get the luggage stuff going here. Might have to call that in. Go to ground services, baggage service.
Charlotte Ground Delta 2347, could you please send the baggage?
Delta 2347, we don't know where the baggage is.
Don't know where the baggage is. Okay, what about catering?
Charlotte Ground Delta 2347, could you please send the catering truck?
Delta 2347, we can't send your catering truck.
Okay.
Please retry later.
They can't send us anything. Oh, let's also turn off the APU. So that's why I need to get GSX Pro, which I will. We can turn this off now. Turn all of our lights off. Beautiful. Everything's good. And then we would unlock this door. Okay. We can open the door here and just say goodbye to everyone. Fill out some paperwork. And here we are in Charlotte. APU should be shutting down. There's a hot air balloon over there. I don't know why it's not shutting down. It should be. And I believe, so that is downtown Charlotte right there. This is a really cool airport. It's like one of my favorite airports, to be honest. And I've noticed that these are getting more detailed. Like, I didn't know that till I got back on a year later, and then went to Orlando International Airport. It was like, whoa, it's getting way more detailed. Or maybe it's just that my computer can handle it more now. Beautiful weather here in Charlotte. Not like Orlando where we got the storm coming. I can even look outside my window. It's getting pretty windy. And here in St. Augustine on the coast. So my town will probably get some flooding again. Thank you guys for flying with me so much. So good to be back. We're going to be doing a lot more of this. I'm going to have much better landings. And that one was a little rough, but that's okay. I got homework. I got to figure out the autopilot when landing and what's going on with that. But we're in Charlotte. We're safe. You guys can go do what you need to do now. And just thank you so much for stopping by. It's an honor to have you here. And again, I'm going to be striving to do this on a weekly basis, if not twice a week. So I think I'm going to be planning to do another one on Thursday, and 2 days from now, Thursday. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Stay tuned on a Discord channel. If you go to Microsoft Flight Simulator section, you go to announcements, and also under the vote, yeah, you can really probably under the announcements, I'll be announcing when the streaming times will be. So would love to connect with you guys on there, and just thank you so much for flying with me today. It was a pleasure. Gonna turn this off. Hope everybody's doing well, and take care. I will talk to you soon. Again, right now I'm planning for Thursday, so I will see you guys then. Cheers.